All right, I got some more thoughts I got to talk about. Okay, it's actually I'm gonna go straight to the point. Literally, like I'm going to go right to my point, and then back it up and talk about how I feel about this and why I feel about this. Okay, so I've been thinking. Sometimes you may talk to somebody, or you'll talk to somebody else, and maybe you'll end up you guys might end up talking about let's say the dentist office. Your friend's talking to you, and then your friend brings up how he went to the dentist office. He was like, bro, I went to the dentist and they messed up my tooth. Like they broke the thing at my tooth and they chipped my tooth when I was at the dentist. So because of that, I hate the dentist, bro. And they're like, after saying that, and I'll give a couple more examples in a second. After he says that, he whoever person this may be in your life will tell you their bad experience with the dentist, and then tell you this, bro, don't go to the dentist, man. I hate the dentist. And then that tries to leave an impression on you of, oh my god, the dentist is bad. Like, oh my gosh, this is his, like, did you hear what he just said? He had a bad that was a bad experience. All right, or that. Here's another one. I wrote it down. Okay. Oh yeah, but on the other side of the coin, which is what you haven't been experienced to yet, because your friend just told you the bad part about his dentist experience. But imagine this: there's another person who is in love with that same exact dentist office because let's say there's toys in the weight room, and that kid played with the toys in there, and he was with his family. He was playing with his family member, and they had toys in there, and they had fun playing. So that person who's playing with the toys whatever he thinks of the dentist, he thinks is happy because that was where he played with his toys with his family member. That which is completely opposite of what the other one dude was, because he got his tooth chipped and he hates the dentist. But the person who was having fun with his family loves the dentist office. Okay, I got another one. Here's another example, and I'm gonna say the point, then I'm gonna get to the point. So it's all point related. Another example. Had to wait a second. Had to be suspenseful. Let's say you talk to a worker. Let's say they work at Walmart. Okay, just checking how much time I got left. Let's say they're like, man, I hate my job. You're talking to your friend who's um who's working at Walmart. He hates his job. He's like, oh my gosh, they make me work extra shifts. They don't pay me sometimes. Blah blah blah. Everything wrong with it. They make me do extra work. I gotta pick up for other people's slack. They say all this to you, and then you're like, whoa, McDonald. You say, whoa, Walmart is bad. They make their employees do this. They don't treat them right. Yes, yes, yes. Blah blah blah. But maybe think about this. There's a different employee at that same Walmart who is treated right, doesn't get overtime, it doesn't get paid, does the job description, it doesn't have to do anything more, and he enjoys his job. In fact, he got a raise and a bonus later in his McDonald's, his Walmart. I keep saying McDonald's. He got a raise and a bonus on his salary later in the year, and it worked out so well for him. So look at that difference. Your friend is over here telling you that Walmart is terrible, and but there's somebody else who had a great experience. You could be thinking what your friend's thinking. He's like, you could think, oh my god, I don't want to ever work at Walmart. Look what happened to my friend. But you have to know that that might not happen to everybody. It might just be happening to your friend, because another person in that same exact Walmart working is having a great experience. So think about that. Okay, I think I gotta keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Have a couple more seconds. I'm gonna continue on if I run out of time. Okay, so the point is, don't you can't don't don't base your decisions completely off of what has happened to other people. I'm not saying just work at the Walmart that your friend worked at because he said it was a bad experience, but listen to what he says. Don't just not work at that Walmart that he's working at because he told you it was a bad experience. You might go to that Walmart and work, and then you might have a great experience just like that other person. Let me give you another example. Let's say college dorm. Your brother who's in high school. Your brother who's in high school? He just finished a year of college. Now after that year of college, he comes to visit the house and back to the dorm. I had to cut it. Sorry for that little cut. So your your bigger brother just got out of high school a year ago. He just finished his first year of college. He comes home to tell you his experience. Oh my God, college. Oh my God, it was so awesome. I had so much fun. I want to live in a dorm room. I lived in a no. His experience, the experience of the college of his college that he went into with you. He just let's imagine he told you about his dorm. He lived in the dormitory. I think is the name of it actually. He enjoyed the dormitory. He had his own room, but his best friends were right next to him because his high school best friends are still his friends, and they still literally were rooms right next to him. His college experience was perfect. There was some mishap with the arranging and organizing people in dorm rooms, and he gets his own room, and his best friends are right next to him. So think about that. He's got his own room, and everybody's around him. That's a great setup to be able to live in a dorm. So you're listening to your brother, and he's telling you, "Oh my God, listen to all this good stuff," and you're like, "Dang, I gotta go to college dorm. That's freaking awesome." But what you got to realize is that there's always a few sides to the coin, if there's not two, because two is the least, but there can be more. I think there's always at least two, though. I'm sure for that. But okay, so after he tells you that, you're thinking, "Wow, college is great. I gotta go to your college." But what you may not know is that if you go to his same exact college, you might not have you might not have a similar experience. You might get in a dorm with four people, and they're all not interested in what you want to do. They're not interested in what you want to talk about. They're not cool people. They're not who you want to be around. But they're the people who you are around. So that in that way, in that scenario, you could have a bad college experience at the same college that your brother went to. So my point is, again, everybody has different experiences with different things. So don't base your doing whatever you're gonna do. Don't base that entirely off of what somebody else has done. Like if somebody else, like we'll use one of the examples again. If somebody tells you that the dentist office is terrible and you should never go there, don't think that immediately. Maybe call somebody at the dentist office. Look into the dentist office or do anything. This goes with any experience or anything you can get yourself involved into. Don't just be shied away because somebody told you about their experience with it, because your experience can be different. And I'm gonna wrap all this up with a nice quote that I think I made it myself. If somebody made this before me, sorry, I thought of this on my own. I thought, the saying, "Don't judge a book based on its cover." I got one. Don't judge words based on the cover. Now, so I want to relate this so that you can understand it. The cover with a book and the quote, "Don't judge a book by cover," is don't assume the book, what the book's going to be all about by just looking at the cover. You have to actually do it and see what it is by yourself. So when I say don't judge words based on the cover, that means just don't take what everybody's words are about how they talk about their experiences and go off of that. You gotta do it your own self, because everything they said is based off the experience they've had, which won't be the same thing you have. So keep that in mind. But keep in mind also, I'm not saying that if your brother had a great college experience at one college, you're not gonna have another great experience at that college. That could happen, but you have to be aware of the possibilities. Really want to stress this point. I think I'm gonna stress this way more into the future. You have to be aware of the possibilities. So that's all for now. I wanted to have this thing in the background really quickly, just because um I think these phones are really cheap and they look really nice. So to get off the topic from before and just go to this real quick, these phones are really good. No, I won't say that. These phones are nice and cheap. I'll go to one of their nice phones. If it'll load, please load. And the brand is Honor. Here's the cheapest phone, the one I was interested in, but I don't have money to buy it. Okay, right now, as of March 26th, 8 p.m. 2018, Honor 6X is this phone I'm talking about. It's $179. That's all. That's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to do that really quickly. Not long at all. But yeah, think about what I said, everybody, and I think I have just enough time to finish this off. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge words based on their cover. It's other people's experiences. Go off of your own. Just a thought.